You do wonder, when it comes on top for him, Daniel Dubois, what's up there and does he want it? That's the only real question mark I've got over his career. Obviously, losing to Usyk's no disgrace, but he's a massive puncher, big, hard hitter. And Fabio Wardley has never really been in there. You've got Justice Hooney, you've got Joseph Parker, you've got Fraser Clark. None of them are really bangers, are they? None of them can really punch hard for heavyweights. I'm sure if they hit you on the chin, it'd hurt. But somebody like me who's got a granite chin, I think I'd be okay.
Get ready, heavyweight fans. Wardley and Dubois square off on May 9th, and the boxing world is already exploding with predictions and hot takes on this epic clash. Manchester is gearing up for its second all-British heavyweight world title showdown, as Fabio Wardley readies to defend his WBO crown against Daniel Dubois. Tyson Fury weighs in on the bout, calling it a genuine toss-up, with both fighters capable of taking control early. He estimates Dubois has about a 50% shot at reclaiming a world title, underscoring the evenly matched talent and power. Fury's insight validates Wardley's strategy, highlighting the uncertainty surrounding the fight. His analysis makes it clear this clash carries huge stakes and promises fireworks from either camp.
I think Wardley's a good fighter, and I think the Daniel Dubois fight is a very good fight. I think it's a great fight for British boxing. Two British heavyweights knocking lumps off each other. And these are two big punches, and you know, whoever lands first with the best shot will win.
What makes him dangerous, you think?
Oh, they're all dangerous, all heavyweights, yeah. Yeah, they're all very dangerous. These guys are 6'4", 6'5", 18 stone wrecking machines. Look how they're built. They're built like Greek gods, carved out of stone. They're training, they're young, they're ambitious.
Okay.
Dangerous.
And then Daniel versus Fabio Wardley, who do you think will win?
They're both in their prime, both fresh, both young, and it's a real fight where it's not like one's past it and one isn't. They're both in their prime, so I think the fans are the real winners here. They get to see a 50-50 fight between two big heavyweights for the world heavyweight title.
Moses Itama, Wardley's training partner, sides with the champion, confident that Wardley can control the fight and possibly score a knockout. He cites Wardley's growing skill, strength, and power as key factors behind his optimism. Itama expects the bout won't go the distance, promising an electrifying showdown for fans. His insight highlights Wardley's preparedness and builds excitement around a potentially defining performance that could cement his status among the elite heavyweights.
But then obviously the guys who's got the belts, Fabio Wardley and Usyk, I mean, they've earned the right to do whatever they want, and I guess they probably wouldn't fight me either. So obviously Fabio's in the same gym as me as well, so it's just, I'm in a sticky predicament.
But it's a nice predicament. I mean, many people might suggest that you're on a path to fight the winner of Dubois-Wardley. Would you fancy that opportunity?
I mean, I'd never pass that down. Why would I ever turn down a world title?
If that was to happen, who would you prefer to go in against?
Obviously Dubois, because that's what I'm saying.
They showed you.
Yeah.
Fabio.
Yeah. You and Fabio share the same gym. Having said that, it could yet happen.
Heavyweight veteran Derek Chisora has shared his take on the Wardley versus Dubois showdown, tipping Fabio Wardley as the probable victor. Chisora praises Wardley's relentless heart and toughness, noting that even if his boxing isn't polished, his sheer determination makes him a formidable challenge. Up against that kind of grit, Chisora anticipates a grueling, punishing night for Dubois, promising fans a fierce and action-packed clash where Wardley's bravery could ultimately decide the winner.
I believe that Fabio and Daniel, great fight.
Who wins that fight?
I see Fabio winning it. Fabio is tough, you know. Fabio hasn't got boxing skills. What he has is fucking heart, bro. When you fight somebody with heart, yeah, it's gonna be a long night, yeah. He's got heart. He got hit, but he carries on coming.
Boxing icon Carl Froch has weighed in on the clash, labeling Dubois the clear favorite and highlighting concerns over Wardley's limited experience against the division's hardest punchers. Froch warns that a fully focused Dubois could cause major damage, transforming the fight into a true examination of Wardley's toughness. With so much at stake, he frames the bout as a high-pressure showdown for British heavyweight supremacy, where every punch and moment could prove decisive.
You do wonder, when it comes on top for him, Daniel Dubois, what's up there and does he want it? That's the only real question mark I've got over his career. Obviously, losing to Usyk's no disgrace, but he's a massive puncher, big, hard hitter. And Fabio Wardley has never really been in there. You've got Justice Hooney, you've got Joseph Parker, you've got Fraser Clark, you've got Adelaide who's fought him. none of them are really bangers, are they? None of them can really punch hard for heavyweights. I'm sure if they hit you on the chin, it'd hurt. But somebody like me who's got a granite chin, I think I'd be okay. So what I'm saying is he's not a big knockout specialist. So he's not been in with knockout specialists, but Daniel Dubois, we know, is a monster puncher. I've seen him over the years. The stories in the ring, in the gyms for years have been when he hits people, he buzzes them and they look like they've had the electric shock treatment, and they walk back to the corner, they're all over the place. And we see him when he splattered AJ, absolutely flattened him. He beat him up, then he battered him in their fight. And that just shows the power he carries. Obviously, he didn't do anything with Usyk, and Usyk's too smart, too clever, too slick.
With all eyes on May 9th, Carl Froch has offered his striking prediction for the Wardley vs. Dubois bout. He views Dubois as the strong favorite and cautions that, at his peak, he could unleash a punishing knockout. Wardley, undefeated but relatively untested against elite heavyweight, faces his toughest test yet. Froch's perspective ramps up the excitement, framing the fight as a career-defining showdown and promising an electrifying night of heavyweight action in Manchester.
We know he loves the sport, and he's doing well. He's far exceeded the expectations of anybody within the boxing game for what he's achieved, and fair play to Fabio Wardley. But this might just be the one where he finds out actually this is what pro boxing is all about, because Daniel Dubois, if he's firing on all cylinders and he fancies the job, he could end up really causing some damage and knocking out Fabio Wardley bad. But Fabio Wardley's knocked out most of his opponents. He's never been done himself, so this is I want to say it's a 50-50 fight on paper, but in reality, you've got to make Daniel Dubois the favourite, and quite a strong favourite as well. But Fabio Wardley always goes against the odds, and he always manages to pull a performance out of the bag. So
Fabio Wardley shook up the heavyweight scene last October by defeating Joseph Parker to capture the world title interim, ending the UK's 4-month wait for a world champion after Usyk vacated the belt. Promoter Eddie Hearn has shared his thoughts on Wardley's next challenge, cautioning that Dubois stepping straight into another world title fight could be risky. Hearn feels the matchup suits Wardley's style, predicting the champion can dismantle Dubois if he survives the early onslaught.
Options presented to him. I like the fight stylistically. I think it's a good fight for Fabio Wardley, because I think if you can hang in there against Dubois, you got a very good chance of breaking him down and beating him. And let's be honest, the last time, see, if I was Daniel Dubois, I would be coming back with a fight. But what happens is you make so much money, you don't want to come back with one of those fights because you're not really looking at the long play.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's a little bit of a poor decision. Like the last time Daniel Dubois fought was September? July? No.
July.
Yeah.
Usyk.
July, right?
Usyk.
Against Usyk.
Eddie Hearn has weighed in ahead of the Wardley vs. Dubois showdown, noting that while Dubois packs immense power, Wardley's style and game plan could give him the advantage. Hearn suggests that if Wardley navigates the opening rounds and forces Dubois into doubt, he has the tools to methodically break down his opponent. With smart preparation and unwavering resilience, the WBO champion could turn Dubois' aggression against him, setting up a tactical yet explosive clash in the heavyweight division.
Daniel Dubois is the kind of guy who, if he has any doubts in himself, if he's not 100% confident, he's much easier to beat than the flip side of that. I just think that Fabio, look, Daniel Dubois hits really hard. Like, he can take anybody out early or hurt anybody early. But if you get past 2 or 3, 4 rounds with him and you start making him second guess himself, you're going to break him down real quick. And I think Wardley and Dillian and Joe, those guys, will look at that fight then and say, that's a good fight for us.
Veteran analyst Duke McKenzie has offered his candid take on the Wardley vs. Dubois clash, delivering a fair and balanced perspective. Although he has long admired Dubois, McKenzie cautions against underestimating Fabio Wardley. He points out that Dubois must remain fully focused, as Wardley's growing skill and relentless heart make him a formidable threat. McKenzie's analysis adds another layer of intrigue, reminding fans that this heavyweight showdown is anything but predictable, and could go either way when the fighters meet in the ring.
And now, this one, for me, right up there. Now, as you know, I'm a bit of a Dubois fan. I like Daniel Dubois. Because I like him, just because I like him, doesn't mean I can't give you an unbiased professional opinion, because, in my opinion, he ain't going to beat Wardley. Wardley, you know what? They need to put some respect on Fabio Wardley's name. To call out Fabio Wardley as a as a potential, I don't know if to look at this. This isn't a warm-up fight. You don't call Fabio Wardley out as a warm-up. You know, this is for the world title. So, like I say, I need to put some respect on his name, because Fabio Wardley's a world champion now in his own right. And that 5% I'm just talking about, he's 5% better now than what he was before he won the title, because that's what it gives you when you win a world title.
The Wardley versus Dubois showdown pits two hard-hitting heavyweights against each other, both known for their offense and defensive vulnerabilities that put their power front and center. While a quick knockout could end the action early, the bout holds massive potential if it stretches into the later rounds. Wardley defends his WBO title for the first time against a rejuvenated Dubois, whose comeback and past setbacks make this clash extremely compelling for heavyweight fans around the globe.
Yeah, it's a tough first title defense, and listen, I've had my opinion on Dubois many a time, but what I've never ever not said is he's an unbelievable athlete and a good fighter and a very dangerous fighter, and someone who would be a nightmare to be in the ring against, given his size, his tools, his attributes, you know, just the whole presence of him. I think it's a very tough fight. I think it's a potential to be a brilliant fight.
I think so too.
And Wardley is the type that can bring that out in Dubois, as in he'll absorb a lot. I think he's got a really good chin, he's tough, he's obviously game, he's got that equaliser power as well. And I think it's a very good fight. It's a risky one for the first defense, I think.
Fabio Wardley's inaugural defense of the WBO heavyweight title against Daniel Dubois represents a defining challenge for both fighters. Dubois, once a dominant force in the division, enters the bout after setbacks that have left him eager yet still in a rebuilding phase. Analysts suggest Wardley could gain an early edge given Dubois' recent changes in trainers and team, but the real drama will unfold once the fighters step into the ring, each determined to assert their supremacy.
Can you relate to the mindset of your first defense being such a hard one, given the fact that you are, by definition, taking a very hard first defense?
Like, at the end of the day, we're boxers, we're fighters. You know, if you're not willing to get in with anyone, then what's the point of boxing? What's the point of being a world champion? You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter who the opponent is, willing, if you want to take the easy way, that's fine. But if there's an opponent there who's set and that's for you, get on with it. What can you do about it? You know what I mean? Control uncontrollable, and that's what you have to do.
Ade Oladipo weighs in on the timing and momentum of the Wardley versus Dubois clash, suggesting the bout could favor Wardley as Dubois comes off a loss to Usyk. Ade points to Dubois' shaking confidence and uncertain mindset following the setback, noting his past streaks and inconsistent career. This opens the door for Wardley to capitalize on any hesitation. With timing, psychology, and momentum all at play, the matchup promises unpredictability and keeps fans on the edge of their seats.
And that is Fabio Wardley, Daniel Dubois. This will be a case of both of them will feel like they're the dominant one. This will be one of those where no one tries to be on the back foot and try and box. It'll be like, no, I'm better than you, I hit harder than you, I'm stronger than you. Both will feel like they have the answer to each other. And I can only see an incredible war. I'm with you. I think a 5-round war, both will be taking so much damage and someone's getting knocked out clean in this, like hurt badly, which I guess that's kind of what fight fans want from the heavyweight division.
Wardley has been deliberate in selecting his next opponent, and picking Dubois strikes a balance between challenge and high-profile recognition. The bout serves not only as a test of skill, but also as a statement of Wardley's standing in the heavyweight division. With focused training and active engagement with fans, he approaches the fight with confidence. Experts, promoters, and trainers all agree the stakes are immense, making this clash a central event where timing, style, and strategy could determine the ultimate outcome.
And that is Fabio Wardley, Daniel Dubois. This will be a case of both of them will feel like they're the dominant one. This will be one of those where no one tries to be on the back foot and try and box. It'll be like, no, I'm better than you, I hit harder than you, I'm stronger than you. Both will feel like they have the answer to each other. And I can only see an incredible war. I'm with you. I think a 5-round war, both will be taking so much damage and someone's getting knocked out clean in this, like hurt badly, which I guess that's kind of what fight fans want.
Experts are closely watching Wardley versus Dubois, with Wardley considered the early favorite due to his current momentum and Dubois' ongoing rebuild after a knockout loss. While Dubois still has the power to surprise and silence critics, the timing of this clash may tilt in Wardley's favor as he enters fully prepared both physically and mentally. The bout promises intensity, raw power, and high stakes, delivering a heavyweight showdown that could shape careers and leave a lasting mark on the top tier of British boxing.
Yeah, but He got knocked out in his last fight and lost. He doesn't deserve it. Stop mourning. There are plenty of things to be angry about with boxing. This is not one of them. The only thing we, as fans, should be asking is, does this excite me? In one corner, you've got a guy that has won 20 fights, 19 of them by the way of knockout. In the other corner, the guy's won 22 fights, 21 of them by knockout. Both lads are in their prime. This might just be the most exciting all-British clash that will guarantee chaos.
As predictions pour in ahead of the Wardley versus Dubois showdown, experts are sounding the alarm about Dubois, pointing to gaps in his fundamentals compared with Wardley. Analysts highlight that while both fighters possess heavy hands, Wardley's sharper technique and superior lateral movement could give him an edge in a bout likely decided by timing and precision. Ultimately, the outcome may depend on which version of Dubois steps into the ring, setting the stage for a tense and unpredictable heavyweight showdown.
He's just beaten Joseph Parker, right? And messed him up quite badly. It wasn't an easy fight. It ebbed and flowed for periods in that fight, but ultimately, Wardley got the job done. That's what he does. He gets the job done. Look at his career. Now, he would have improved, and a lot is to be said of Daniel Dubois because he's got an excellent jab. That was the difference between him and AJ when they fought, was that jab. It was just beautiful. Wardley's got a good jab. And if Wardley's jab has improved since winning that title, then it's a battle of the jabs. And as you know, in heavyweight boxing, unlike any other weight division, you're one punch from victory, one punch from disaster. So it's not a question of the first one to land because Dubois, there isn't enough lateral movement.
This bout is far more than simply a title defense. It's a clash of styles, a test of grit, and a high-stakes determination of who deserves to lead British heavyweight boxing. Every strike, counter, and round will be analyzed, discussed, and remembered as the action unfolds in Manchester. Momentum, technique, and raw willpower will collide, promising fans an unforgettable night of explosive heavyweight drama and a showdown that could define careers.
First of all, it's a heavyweight clash.
Did it feel it?
Of one former world champion and one current world champion. Fabio Wardley is very popular and is building up a reputation, and people like him because he speaks brilliantly when you ever hear him. He's a very pleasant fellow, but he's done great work in the ring recently, with Joe Parker being the latest victim and recipient of outcomes that people projected that he couldn't achieve. Daniel Dubois divides opinion, but because ultimately there's so many people that believe that Daniel Dubois can be another world champion again, but there's a section of the audience that thinks that maybe Daniel doesn't have the mental switch to deal with the real adversity when it comes on top. But what they both can do is they can punch. The fact is that it's a great fight and very bold of Fabio to take it.
The countdown to Wardley versus Dubois is on, and this heavyweight showdown promises fireworks, drama, and career-defining moments. Who will dominate the ring? Wardley's skill and grit, or Dubois' raw power and resilience? Make sure you don't miss a second of the build-up, expert breakdowns, and post-fight analysis. Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're front and center for every punch, prediction, and reaction in this epic showdown.